There we go. All right. Come here. What? 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 What is it? What is it? What? What is it? What is it? What is it? You a good boy, huh? Oh, just a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Yeah, I know. Oh, your Uncle Kyle spoils you, huh? He spoils you. Hold on. I can only open it. Ready? Bacon! Hopefully your dad doesn't watch this. I'm just tossing out bacon strips. Here, one more. There you go. All right. Okay. Hello. Evening, folks. What should we talk about? Well, there's quite a few things we could talk about. Happy Friday. I'm going to get some ice. This is going to be loud. A little too much. Happy Friday. Hope your Friday is going well. Right? Today's Friday, right? I lose track of time. It's a little later than normal when I would do these things. Yes, it's Friday. Thank you, Hope. Appreciate that. This is why I said if I ever made it big, Hope would have to be my personal assistant. It's Friday all day. Okay, well, that's good to know. It would be much more confusing for me if it changed halfway through the day. I can't even keep up when it's the whole day. So, anybody have any specific topic they want to discuss while we're here? I'm open to anything. I've got a few ideas of my own. Sorry, you're way up in my grill piece. I know it's not the greatest thing to be way up close and personal to. Also, by the way, we're getting the remnants of this hurricane. She's about to sweep on through. The wind has picked up significantly. And the rain and shit is going to be coming very soon. Very soon. Yo, BD, what up, bro? What's going on, man? I'm trying to hold my pants up walking up the stairs because I took my belt off and they just want to fall. I have a big cup full of water and ice and the phone. So we're just juggling. We're multitasking. And okay, there we go. You have a topic. What's your topic? Hope, what is your topic? Chilling at the shop. Nice, man. Nice. I actually found a new place around here that keeps me from having to drive to Fall River to get my marijuana anymore. Good prices, straight gas. It's nice to finally have it. We have dispensaries here, but like literally like 5 minutes away. They all suck. That's why I drove like an hour and 10 minutes to go get my stuff usually. But hope the shop's doing well, man. I hope you guys are busy and prospering and all that wonderful stuff, man. You know, it's tough times for a lot of people, so I really hope that things are going well for you guys. You know, I think very highly of you, man. You're a really good dude. You're a really good dude. So, I'm sure your brother is as well. So, let's talk about Hope's topic is boxing at the Olympics. I know I talked about this before. I know that it's not a lot of people's cup of tea, and not what this channel was built around. But again, I just feel like when you have any kind of platform, you have the ability to discuss things and reach others, right? Even if it's just a small number of people. Then it's what is your response to that ability, right? Which literally creates the word responsibility. So it becomes your responsibility to discuss things. Sometimes they're not popular, sometimes they're difficult to talk about, sometimes they're whatever. But this is one of those things. And this I cannot even express to you just how seething with venom and rage I was to see that this was allowed to happen, that a male was allowed to go in and beat up women and then take a gold medal home as if they did something great. Essentially, what they did was a few weeks long domestic violence event after domestic violence event that was put on TV for the world to see. That's what was allowed to happen. And it's disgusting, it's heinous, it's atrocious, and it's psychotic. I'm sorry if you buy into this type of thinking that, like, I don't give a shit if you feel like you were you were born in the wrong body and you change that. That's your thing. Like, you do what you do. If that makes you happy and you're a good person, then go for it. There's no place for that though in sports and shit, because we are different. We're men and women are different. We are biologically different. That's just the way it works. So a man who was allowed to grow up through puberty, a man who was allowed to reach puberty, grow through puberty into a adult male, and then decided to have his manhood taken off and then put on hormones, you don't lose the male traits that you gained by growing through puberty into an adult male, which some of those traits are like strength and aggression. They don't just go away. You don't become something completely different like that. It doesn't happen that way. So this male got in there with all of the, and I'm sorry to you women who like believe so deeply in equality that you think that you can be as strong as men physically. I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't. It's not the way it works, okay? And the thing about it is that's okay. It's the differences between men and women that make all of this work and special, right? So this inclusivity thing, I'm all for inclusivity when it makes sense, but let's not be like fucking idiots about this shit. Allowing a biological male to go beat the shit out of biological women and then take a gold medal home as if they did something great is fucking nuts. And it's disgusting, and it should never happen again. The International Olympic Committee should be ashamed of themselves, and anybody who put this on TV for the world to see should be ashamed of themselves. I don't support any of it. I don't support any of it. You fucking like that poor girl who was fighting was the first girl to fight this male. Talked about just how terrible it was, how like to get hit that hard. It's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't support it. I'm not for it. I think it's gross. I boxed for years. I fought for years. Both amateur and professional. And I can tell you right now that here's the thing, right? Think about it if it was your daughter. That's where I put myself. Like if that was your daughter who got in there with somebody who had like advantages, massive advantages. It's just the same as like somebody who goes in and let's say everybody except for one person in the Olympic Games is doing massive amounts of steroids or something. That person has like pretty massive advantage at that point in a lot of departments. Even that though doesn't equate to what this is. This is much different, much different. So I'm not for it. I think it's disgusting. I think the International Olympic Committee should be ashamed of themselves. And this needs to push forward like the change that to allow this to never happen. There should be a Trans Olympics. I agree, 100%. There should be there's a Paralympic Games. There's a Special Olympics. Have a Trans Olympics. Like, I'm all for that. I don't have any issue with that. Have a Trans Olympics so that then there's a place for them to compete. With other people who have decided to, make this change to themselves. That would be the fair place to do this. So, wasn't a bio male, by the way. Where did you get your information? I'd love to know because this is the same fucking person who was kicked out of the national championships because the chromosome test came back as a male. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Kick rocks. So I don't know. I'm sorry if it upsets people, but it's just gotten to this point where it's like this inclusivity. So let's talk about inclusivity, right? You want to include everybody. Let's make everybody equal. Let's include everybody. Then why don't we have sociopaths and serial killers come to our what do they call those meetings at the school? PTA meetings. Let's invite serial killers to our PTA meetings. Or maybe we could hire a serial killer to watch the kids on the playground during recess. Let's be inclusive. Let's let everybody participate, right? Because we don't want to upset any serial killers. God forbid we got them upset, right? Can't keep them out. Got to have them as a part of everything. Everyone's got to be included in all this shit, right? I mean, this is where we're going. I know that is an extreme, but what you watched happen at the Olympics is an extreme. And that's where it's heading. If you continue to allow this shit to happen, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? It doesn't. And this is this weird, like, twisted mindset that allows, like, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you want equality, then women versus women, men versus men, that's equality. That's when it's equal. That's when it's equal. Bro, that'd be the stupidest fucking thing you ever did in your life. I promise you that. And I know you don't. You're a fucking troll. You're a fucking pussy. So, nice try, though. It'd be the stupidest thing you ever did in your life. Nice try. I promise you. This is what I mean. This is where the world's going. These fucking sick weirdos who have no life, they come on the internet and they fucking do this shit. Like, you don't scare me. there, whatever I need is sitting right next to me on the couch to keep fucking idiots like you away. I promise you that. God, this world, man. What is wrong with this world? What is wrong with this place? It's just, it's getting worse and worse, man. It's getting worse and worse. And then when people don't agree with anything, it could be anything. It could be something way less than this, right? Um, and it hurts they get butt hurt about shit. That's when they do this stupid shit, right? That's when people get all spun up and just do dumb shit. Like, what happened to the days when you have an opinion, I have an opinion, we don't agree, but that's okay. You go your way, I go mine. Nobody does something stupid. Nobody fucking makes a giant deal about it. You know, none of this dumb shit that these little incel fucking micro penis idiots out there, like, just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's the same idiots that in real life would cower if they were in front of me. I promise you that. Would cower, absolutely cower in fear. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up. I love you, bro. Um, but you know, it's just hard not to. It's hard not to. It's just the way the things are going. It's just crazy. Uh, and you know, I talked about how we, as a whole, like we were talking about the community, like the paranormal, cryptid, whatever community, as a whole, we need to think about what we want the community to be, and then we need to do our own policing and do our own job, like you know, do a better job as a whole at making the community that right, and not allowing it to go the way that it's kind of been going in certain corners of the community. That is everything. That's not just this community or that community. It's everything. It's the world as a whole. Like we need to not allow this shit to continue. We need to do things about it because these I can guarantee you that that dipshit that sent that message about, oh, we have your location, the cops are coming. I guarantee you that idiot is definitely under the age of definitely under the age of 30. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. And look at that's what that generation is becoming. They're becoming these overly sensitive. Um, if you hurt my feelings, I will cancel you. I will do something stupid like dox you. I will SWAT you. If you don't know what swatting is, it's where somebody gets your location and then calls the cops and reports a fake crime. So the cops come there with guns drawn, right? How sick is that shit? It's fucking sick. It's fucking sick. Somebody could die, right? And that's what these fucking idiots do. And that's what these younger generations are. This is what their brains are being trained to do. It's nuts. The UK police saying they're basically coming after Americans because of online posts. What regarding the trans male beating up the women? I haven't been much on the internet, to be completely honest with you. I've like really stayed off of it. What are they coming after Americans for? Oh, look at there's a UK guy right there. We should take it out on him. Just kidding. He's a good egg. What are they? Well, I don't understand what they're going after Americans for. What online posts? I'm lost. Yeah, agreed, Brandon. Arresting people for misinformation. What kind of misinformation, though? I'm just super lost on what this is all about. Hockey boy's over there eating his bone. He's all happy. Um, much to the dismay of some people, uh, I wanted to come on here and talk about that thing. I also wanted to come on here and vent a little bit because, after all, some people may not agree with this type of shit. From today, UK now warns keyboard warriors abroad there are numerous terrorist offenses regarding the publishing of material. Oh, Jesus, this is ridiculous. This is you cannot, you can't, you can't arrest somebody over the publishing of material that's, you know, it's the same type of thing as like free speech. You know what I mean? Like this is where we're going. But again, I mean, like you like them or not, I don't know how many of you watch these like auditor channels, and a lot of them are assholes. There's some good ones. A lot of them go out there and they're just trying to get a rise. But let's be honest about the situation here. You see firsthand that there are a lot of police out there who do not respect the your rights as a free citizen of the United States because they try to shut these people up. They try to kick them out of places where they're allowed to be. So, I mean, let's be real. I'm not saying cops are bad as a whole. I'm just saying this is the way that shit has been going for a long time. And if we continue to allow it to go that way, then it's going to be a much bigger, bigger thing. It's going to keep growing toward, it's going to trend more towards all this bullshit. It's just going to get worse and worse. And that's the way it's going to be. So shit's got to change, man. Shit's got to change. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Um, so I'm going to vent just a little bit here. I want to know, I have a question. If you have a friend, right? Someone you consider your friend, and your friend does something that bothers you, or hurts you, or whatever. What's up, Mark? Um, are you, as a friend, would you go talk to that person, like talk to your friend about it, address them, say, hey, like that, whatever bothered me, hurt me, upset me? Or would you instead be passive aggressive about it and then do something without telling them behind their back, um, to try to hurt them, try to fuck them, try to hurt them, try to whatever? What would you do? Would you go, well, maybe we should talk about this, like let's get it out? Or would you just go, you know what, that one thing is enough to just let me erase the friendship altogether? I'm just curious. I'm sincerely asking. Sincerely asking. You're all cap, yo. 3 chances. That's good. Yep. And we're not even talking anything like really major, right? Just something that, you know, whatever, an argument, a misunderstanding, some shit like that. If it's a major, 3 chances minor, I talk to them. All right, yeah. But either way, you're not going to just, if it's somebody you consider a friend, real friend, you're not just going to immediately go, you know what? Let's cut them out. Let's do this behind their back to hurt them. Let's not tell them about it either. Let's just let them find out on their own. So here's the thing, right? This is what I believe. Number one, if we're friends and there's something that you're doing that bothered me or did that bothered me, I might give it a little time. Then I'm going to come talk to you about it. I'm going to reach out and address it. At that point, if that thing happens, like Hope said, 3 times, if it happens 3 times after I've addressed it, I'm good. I'm done at that point. I'm washing my hands of it because it's been proven now 3 times that you didn't give a shit when we talked, when I expressed to you what it was that bothered me or that felt disrespectful or whatever. But I'm going to reach out and talk to you because that's what a friend does, right? A friend is open and honest about shit. That's what a man does. That's not, that's what a man does. I'm certainly not going to take one instance, one argument, one misunderstanding, one whatever, and then turn around, go behind your back, and do something that I know is going to hurt you. I know is going to upset you. I know, and they have to, and they're going to know that what they're doing is going to be hurtful. Like, I'm not going to do that. That's not what you do as a friend. Nobody's perfect, right? We all have our moments. I know where you stand. We've been friends since we were 11 years old, bro. And there's a reason for that. Nobody's perfect, right? We all make mistakes. Friends have arguments. That's part of friendship. Like, you have arguments, you bicker at times, you don't agree on shit all the time. That's just part of being in someone's life on a regular basis, right? It happens. But you don't do snake shit. You don't go behind someone's back and do some shit that is it's fucked up. It's going to bother them. It's going to hurt them. It's going to upset them. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you consider yourself a man and a friend, you don't do that. That's just not what you do. That's not how you operate. You're right. That ain't part of the G code. It's not part of the G code. So if that's how you operate, then I was wrong from the jump. I was wrong from the jump. I'm not perfect. I never, ever will be perfect. I have my flaws. One thing for sure, though, if I fuck up, I own it. I'm the first person to say, I fucked up and I'm sorry, sincerely. And I'll say it multiple times to make sure that you understand that I know that I may have been wrong, but please understand that I'm a human being and I'm apologizing to you, right? But you know, that's just me. Yeah, Mark, it's tough, man. It's tough. Sometimes I feel like I lose a lot of hope in humanity, and then um, I've gained some back over the last like week or so. Though I've run into some pretty awesome folks, man. Strangers at that. It's very difficult. Thank you, Brown Dwarf. Yeah, I just, you know, again, like I said, I'm not perfect, man. I make mistakes, and don't we all, right? Don't we all have those moments where we allow our feelings, um, emotions, and situations to get the better of us? Where sometimes you overreact, and maybe you say things, or you both say things that you regret afterwards, and then, but again, nothing terrible, just part of being like friends and a man, and like, you know, you have an argument here and there or whatever. Shit happens, but again, like right afterwards, I'm owning it. If I fucked up, I'm owning it. I'm sorry, I fucked up. You know, I really truly apologize. I'm a human being and had a moment. Um, but to do to to take something and then to purposely go behind someone's back and to do something you know is hurtful, not say shit to them, let them find out, you know, quietly or through social media or something like that. That's dirty. It's dirty. Right, Ben. There is no such thing. Agreed, Brandon. Yep. A friend, I'm giving a few chances. I think at this point, Brandon, after when did we meet? You were 11, right? I was 12. I'm 24 now, so 12 years ago. Just kidding. Um, fuck, dude. Can you believe that was 32 years ago that we met? 32 years ago, bro. I was gonna say after all that time, I think, you know, I would give more. I'd probably be apt to give more chances after being friends for that long. But I think after 32 years, if you haven't even had one chance, you probably don't have to worry about that type of shit. So, oh, thank you, Mark. That's very kind of you, buddy. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm nobody special. I make mistakes. I have my flaws. There's certain things I'm not great at. There's certain things I'm terrible at. And then there's certain things I'm pretty goddamn good at. But, you know, we all fall there, don't we? We all fit into that place. You know, we all have things we're good at, things we're terrible at, things we're great at. That's just life. We all have flaws. We all have, you know, these things that we try to work on. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, 32 years ago. She's talking like she's not right there. She's only a few years younger than us, so she's she's acting like she's like still in high school or something. Just because you're the size of a elementary schooler doesn't mean you're as young as one. Burn. Burn. You want to see a happy? Hold on. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Are you just a happy boy? Are you just a happy boy? Come on. He'll stay like this all night if he could. Then when it's time to sleep, I won't get any room. Look at this guy. How do you not love this dog? He's just the sweetest thing ever. Yeah, I'm the same, Brandon. I'm the same. We are flawed in some way. All of us are. I've done stupid shit too, man. I hope it's all right. You have to be a certain height to be friends with me. Has he gotten into the treats, or are you asking if I've gotten into the treats? We don't have those dog cookies anymore. I don't buy them anymore because I don't want to be tempted to eat them. For those of you who weren't here for that fiasco, I bought him dog treats one day. They looked like vanilla Oreos, and they came in this package. It said like a bakery on it. They were dog treats. I opened the package up and it smelled like birthday cake Oreos. I was like, holy shit, these things smell good. So, at some point, we've all tried a dog treat in our lives. Don't lie. You know you have. You've taken a nibble just to see if it was good or bad. Well, I took a nibble of one of these cookies and it tasted just like a birthday cake Oreo. So I ate like 2 or 3 of them. Sue me. So we don't buy those cookies anymore so that Kyle doesn't get the urge to eat dog treats. We all have. Don't lie. It's just like crapping your pants. We've all done it. We've all done it. Yeah, human-friendly dog treats. Exactly. They're made in a bakery, for God's sakes. You look at the ingredients on the back, they're better than any cookies you and I are buying from Stop and Shop. That's for sure. Did you? That's where I got them. Look at this guy. Come on, man. How do you look at this dude? Are you the sweetest boy? Are you the sweetest boy? Are you the sweetest boy? You a good boy? You a good boy? Yeah, you did, Ben. Not too long ago, actually, didn't you? It was only like a month or two ago. Correct? I'm not lying about that. Didn't you? It was out in the woods one day. Oh, he's a big boy. Mike, I was actually gonna text you today. No bullshit, man. And I got so wrapped up in work that I just completely forgot. But I was gonna text you today. There's a place that I really, really think you'd enjoy going up here. It's in a place that I only found recently over like the last like I think it was like 6 months ago. But yeah. Yeah, Ben had an issue in the woods not too long ago while he was out walking Reuben. He's a big dog, dude. He is a big dog, man. He is when he stands up on his hind legs, he's easily as tall as me. Easily. And you know, their back legs don't straighten up all the way either, so he's a big dude. I'll come out to you, dude, or we can meet up somewhere and do something, that's for sure. When it gets cooler. I'm not doing shit until it's cooler, man. I can't stand this heat and humidity. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a very big dog. He's the biggest baby in the world, though. I mean, look at him. Come on, look at this big lug. Oh, he's a big baby. He's a big baby. He's the sweetest, man. I love him so much. I love him so much. That's why any chance I get to dog sit for my brother, I'm there. I'm there. And he loves his Uncle Kyle. You love your Uncle Kyle. You love your Uncle Kyle. Uncle Kyle spoils you. Huh? Uncle Kyle spoils you. He cuddles all night, like literally all night. If I move in the bed, he has to adjust and like get right back on to spooning. He's the sweetest. He's looking for. There's no Oreos. I got him bacon instead. Got him bacon, bacon strips. Ah, Bubba, you're a good boy. He's a good boy. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about. Oh, come here. You have some. No, let me get the goobies out of your eyes. Come here. Let me get that yuccas. Come here. Okay, all gone. Good boy. No, I will not try the bacon. It's not. It is not like regular bacon. You can tell just by touching it. It's like it's made out of Play-Doh. But those Oreos were different. I'm telling you, they were Oreos through and through. There is no way. Like I don't know. Whatever. We could do that, bro. We could do that. The aquarium's like $42 to get into. That's ridiculous. I don't know that I'd pay that price, but there's plenty of stuff we can do for sure. It's just wait until like end of September when it's at least a little cooler. My old fat ass can't take the heat and humidity at all, buddy. I can't. I try not to go out in this stuff at all, as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's true too. I didn't even think about that. I am old. I am old. I'm 44 years old. Yep. Yep. 44. Gosh, where'd the time go? Where did the time go? Goes by so fast, man. It goes by so quick. And like I was in the car yesterday and I was listening to a song and I sent it to Brandon. And the moment the song came on, I instantly felt like I was like 18 or 19 years old, back in his Jeep, driving on a summer night, getting ready to go to our friend's house to go drink and smoke and party and swim in their pool and hang out with girls, and it like just brought me back instantly. And I thought to myself, like, my God, it feels like it was just yesterday. Feels like it was just yesterday. You're still young, I'm 53. AARP, kiss my ass. Yeah, I've wanted to go to Whitehall for a long time, man. I just number one, I don't know about driving my car up there right now. I've had just a bunch of shit. It's just been a lot of shit, Mike. It's just a lot of stuff, dude. I know, brother. I love you, man. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. It's just been a rotten year. Like really rotten. We had some fun, man. We had some fun. We had some places that we go. Stop it, Huck. Stop. I don't like when you do that. No, stop. Stop it. No more. No more. Lay down. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Um, get this big lug. Stop it. We had some fun, man. We had some places. We so you here. Okay, I'll tell a couple little snippets. Our high school principal had a son and two daughters that were all around our age and went to school with us. All right, enough. Stop it. You're not you he start This is what happens though. He gets all excited and he starts licking incessantly and it drives me nuts. Just stop. No. Lay down. That's enough. Um they were all around our age. Was Olivia in your grade, Brandon? Marcy was 3 years behind me. She was a freshman when I was a senior. So she was a freshman when you were a junior. And then Joey was a year ahead of me. So there was Joey, Olivia, and Marcy. Marcy was a year behind me, which is Brandon's age. And then, or no, Olivia was a year behind me, which is Brandon's age. Joey was a year ahead of me. Marcy was a freshman when I was a senior. And their dad was our principal, right? Very cool guy, very nice guy. They had some money. They lived in a very nice house. It's a big, beautiful in-ground pool and a pool house that, like couches, power, like bathroom, TV, all that stuff. They were Italian. Mom used to make homemade pizza and all kinds of food and feed us, and we would go over there and party. Like they would allow us to just party there. We're talking like full out drinking, smoking, camping out in the woods behind the house, having bonfires. Like we'd hang out during the day, swimming in the pool, just having drinks. And I mean, I guess they looked at it like, they'd rather have the kids there safe than, out somewhere where they weren't safe. But we had some fun times there. We definitely did. It was really good times. And the other upside about this were Olivia and Marcy were beautiful. They were beautiful. They were, yeah. They, I like, in high school, obviously, it doesn't hurt that you're partying with very pretty girls. I always thought, uh, I always kind of had a thing for Olivia back then. But yeah, they were beautiful, and so that made it a little bit more fun. Um, but so yeah, we would party over there, man. It was good times. It was good times. Brandon had a Jeep, 1977 CJ7. Was that what that was, Brandon? Um, he didn't even have his license when he got his Jeep. Well, that's a fun story. So he got that Jeep prior to having his license, and he drove with no license. His parents got the Jeep registered, and he just drove it with no license. We used to cruise around. He didn't have a license. I didn't have a license. I wasn't allowed to get my license until I was 18 because I was a menace. Um, but yeah, we used to cruise around in that thing. Yeah, no license. He had this crazy stereo, top off, doors off, and the stereo would blast. And this is no joke. You could hear that stereo from like blocks away. It was that loud. I mean, this thing was crazy. I think it was three 10-inch subwoofers behind the back seat. I think he must have bounced out of the chat, but 6x9s in boxes in the wheel wells, and then tweeters up in the doors, all hooked to an amp in the back. I mean, this thing was nasty. It was so loud. So yeah, I remember one night we were trying to find this beach out here. It's a few towns away. It's really popular in summertime. They had like a 21 and under club, and called Soundview. Big, big money town. Old Lyme. Lots of old money out there. Uh, and we were we were trying to find this club, and we, this is before GPS. It started with no radio and a boombox in the passenger's lap. Yeah, I remember. But you got that stereo. Didn't take too long. But we went out one night trying to find Soundview, and we ended up in a town called Hamburg that I had never been to in my life prior to this. We ended up in Hamburg, no top, no doors, and it starts dumping. I mean, dumping, pouring. We're like 25 minutes from home. So we had to sit and wait it out for a little while. You remember this, right? And then we go home. On the way home, now we're like 5 minutes from the house. There's a tornado that touches down in the town over. And we watch as lightning strikes, like literally hit the road in front of the Jeep as we were driving up the road to Brandon's house. I still remember clear as day, like watching it go boom and hit the road. Like, holy shit. But yeah, we had some good times in that Jeep. Do you remember the night that we had, it was Olivia, who was it? It was Olivia Christina Yakovu and Marcy and you and me in the Jeep, and we were going over the Niantic Bridge, and you had the alarm. Remember, you had that fucking alarm that you could hit the button and make the police siren noise. And we were going over the bridge, and the car in front of us was going slow, so you hit the alarm to make it do the police siren. And the guy pulled over, and we went around him. Do you remember that? Did we get pulled over? I can't remember if we got pulled over or not. You don't remember, dude? There's no way you don't remember that. Are you just saying this? Is this because your wife is going to be like, Gonna get on your ass about something. They can't press charges now, bro. It's past the statute of limitations. You're fine. Impersonating a police officer, I think, is only like 3 years. Yeah, Officer San Juan, it was. Didn't he say some shit about it too? Like, what was that move with the siren? Sorry, I'm trying to put him out. He's not gonna even want to go because it's raining now. Go ahead, baby. Yep, Officer San Juan. That was funny, man. That was too funny. It's the shit we did, man. The shit we did. I remember San Juan was, depending on who you talk to, some people hated him. Um, he could be kind of a dick, but my interactions with the guy were always pretty good. Said I was impersonating an officer, hit the alarm because the car pulled in front of us. Yeah. Yep. Plus, it was 4 people in the back too. It wasn't 3. There was 4. I don't remember who the 4th person was, but we were squeezing 4 people in the back of that Jeep, and that shouldn't have happened. Too funny, man. We had some good ass times in that fucking Jeep. I'll tell you what. God, some good times. One of the best times of my life. Brandon blew his drivetrain out one day. We were at the beach. We didn't go to the beach like and lay out. We would go down to the beach. Yeah, I liked him. He was always good to me. A lot of people hated his guts, but I liked him. We would go to the beach. You know, we'd like go down, walk around a little bit, see he was down there. You know, burn one, have some drinks or whatever. We go down to the beach to go pick up some of the girls, and we're sitting in this little turnaround. Again, he has no license at this point, right? I don't think he did. I think this was early on. Maybe not. I don't remember. It all blends together. But anyway, so we're sitting there, and we're just waiting. We're sitting in the Jeep, we're waiting for the girls to come. And he goes to burn out. He revs it, drops it into gear to like burn out in the dirt. All of a sudden, it just goes boom. Doesn't go anywhere. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? We look under the Jeep and the drivetrain's just hanging, just fucking hanging. Thank God your dad knew what to do. Good old Hilario. It was the U joint. Oh, I thought it was a drivetrain. That shit was just hanging there, though. So I got a story. This doesn't involve Brandon, actually, surprisingly. This involves another buddy of mine, Isaac. So my buddy Isaac had a 1963 Impala lowrider with hydraulics, like Dayton rims on it. Thing was fun, really fun. You know what hydraulics are when the car can bounce, drive on 3 wheels, up and down, all that shit. So one night, we were trying to find a place to go, smoke a blunt, and have some drinks, right? We're underage. So we go down to the beach. There was these gazebos and shit, like around the back parking lot. So we pull in there, and there's a gate that they would chain locked every night. We pull in there, we park the car around the back of the bathrooms, so you couldn't see it. So we're back there smoking, drinking. Fucking police car comes down. We're like, oh shit! So we run and hide in the bushes. The cops driving around, flashing his light, sees the car, gets on the thing, and he's yelling, saying, "You need to come out. Whoever's back there, you need to come out. We're locking the gate. You're going to get locked in." And we're like, "No, he's not. No, he's not. He's just trying to get us out so he can arrest us. He's just trying to get, we can't go out. We can't go out." And Isaac's panicking. He's like, "We got to go. We got to go." And I'm like, "Just shut up and stay here. We're not going. Just stay here. Hunker down. When he leaves, we leave." And, because it was still light out. And I was like, "There's no way they're locking this freaking gate. Like, no way. They don't lock it till it's dark out. People hang out down there till dark." So I'm like, "There's no way. He's just trying to get us out. He's trying to see who the hell we are and what we're doing." And I know they know your car. It's the only car in the area like it. So he's freaking out. I'm trying to calm him down. I'm telling him, "They're not going to lock the gate. They're not going to lock the gate. We're not leaving right now. We're going to get arrested if we leave. They're going to find the weed. They're going to hit us for, possession of alcohol by a minor. He may even got a DUI because he had a beer. I think he was drinking a 22-ounce St. Ides or some shit. And obviously zero tolerance when you're underage. So I get him to stay. After about 20 minutes, the cop leaves, and we were literally just hunkered down, like in the tall grass by the creek. And we're just sitting back there, and I'm still drinking and smoking. Fucking, I'm here, whatever. So anyway, I get up and I scope it out, and I literally walked like the length of the field, which was a long ways from where we were, all the way to the parking lot to see if I saw this cop anywhere. And I didn't. He was nowhere to be seen. So I was like, "All right, let's go." We get in Isaac's car to leave. We drive up, and the fucking gate was locked. We were trapped. We were like, now he's freaking out. He was not somebody you could like stay calm either. He always lost his shit, panicked, and I was a bad influence on him. So I'm like, "Just relax." He's like, "We're gonna get stuck here. Then I can't get my car out of here. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to tell my dad. He's gonna freak out." His dad was straight from Portugal, really hard ass, like tough guy, and he was terrified of his. I was terrified of his dad, and so yeah, we're like, "Gee, what are we gonna do?" Finally, we end up having to walk up. We walk up. There's Eugene O'Neill Theater is at the top of the hill. So we walk up to Eugene O'Neill Theater, call another friend to come, and bring bolt cutters with them so that we could cut that chain to get the fuck out of there. Yeah. This whole time now, we're also like, this cop's got to come back. He knows somebody's back here. He knows he locked somebody in. He's going to come back and see who it is and, probably try to make an arrest. So we're freaking out. He never came back. I don't know why, but maybe he just was like, screw it. I gave him enough trouble. Now they're stuck for the night. But we got out. Yep. We did screw ourselves in Boston, though. We planned to go to Boston for the night. Well, we were gonna go up and we were gonna come back. We were going up to this car show. It was a Lowrider Magazine car show at the convention center up there. And so Isaac's dad is super strict, right? Isaac had early curfew on the weekends and couldn't stay out and all that stuff. So we had to try to figure out ways to get around those things. So I remember I told my parents I was staying at Isaac's house that night. He told his parents he had to work late. He worked at Sbarro's in the local mall. Hold on. And so he's like, he had to work late. And it wasn't anything, the mall closed on the weekends at like 10 or 10:30 or something. So it wasn't a big deal for him to be there until like 11:30 after cleanup and stuff. And he said that they had to do inventory, so he wasn't going to get home until like 1:30 or something like that. I think that's no. That's not what happened. He told his dad he was staying at one of his other friends' houses, like one of the only friends his dad trusted and knew, and would allow him to stay at. So we go to Boston. Didn't think about the fact that like we both told each other's parents we were staying at somebody else's house, but neither of us could go back to our house. So we don't have a place to fucking stay. We had no money to get a hotel room, not to mention the fact that we were like 18 or 17 years old, so we couldn't get a hotel room because we were too young. So we go to Boston. When we leave, we're like, wait, where are we going? Don't know. Good night, Ben. And we ended up going back to his house. We didn't get there until like 2 a.m. His dad was not happy that Isaac was coming home because he thought he was staying at his friend's house. He explained to his dad that something happened. His friend got sick. He had to come home. He didn't tell his dad that I was staying there. So I go and I am sleeping on, like, if you walk in the room, right? Here's the door. Here's his bed. I slept on this side of the bed so that when you walked in the door, you couldn't see me. I slept on the floor. Sunday morning, they go to church. His dad comes to wake him up. Isaac jumps out of bed. He's like, all right, Dad, I'm getting dressed. Leave the door closed. So now I have to hide so that he doesn't get in trouble. So I hide in his closet, right? It's got 2 sliding doors. One of the doors was cracked open about that much. And his dad comes in after Isaac goes to the bathroom to finish getting ready. He's walking around the room picking clothes up or whatever. And he just like bends down to pick something up. And as he's coming up, he looks and his eyes look right through that crack. And I'm staring into his eyes. I mean, I'm looking directly into them and I am crapping my pants. Like, this guy sees me, he's going to reach in here and he's going to kill me. And he didn't. I don't know how. I mean, I'm looking right at him. Thank God the closet was dark, so he probably didn't see me behind the clothes, but I could see him. And I was shitting myself. And they leave to go to church. The house is locked, right? It's got an alarm. I have to get out of there, and then I have to figure out a way to call for a ride. And what a absolute mess that shit was. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I went across the street to the VFW or some shit, used a payphone, and it was terrible. The dumb decisions you make when you're a kid. We took a cab one night to go meet some girls over by their house, but we couldn't go to their house. We didn't have a car. And we were hanging out with them at the school that was around the corner. And didn't even think about the fact that no cell phones back then. This is prior to cell phones. The only thing anyone had were pagers. But you can't call anyone on a pager. So we're at the school. They go home. We have no way to call for a ride. Not to mention the fact that I think between us we had like $20. So even if we could call for a ride, we probably couldn't have afforded a cab from where we were. I don't even remember how we got home at that point that night, but I mean, these are the dumb things that you do as a teenager, especially if there's girls involved. It was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I've got plenty of stories. The Vegas stories are fun. The Providence story is fun when I got chased through the streets of Providence by a cop on horseback. That was fun. That was a good one. It's like a goddamn Mountie. This cop on a horse all of a sudden like rolls up on me. Decides he's going to give me a hard time because I was peeing behind a dumpster. Next thing I know, I'm in a full pursuit through the streets of friggin' Providence with a cop on horseback. Mind you, I was probably 22 or 23 years old. I was in exceptional shape, right? I was, this is back when I was fighting, like playing basketball every weekend. I was in great shape back then. I was a fucking machine. And so this cop on horseback didn't know that he was in for it. So I'm dipping down every little alleyway that I can, jumping over fences onto dumpsters and over walls, and oh, it was crazy. This lasted like, I don't know, 30 minutes, this chase through downtown Providence. Finally, I end up getting enough space between me and him that I dipped off into one of the bars that was open, because it was still prior to last call. I think it was like 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, so still like an hour left. And I dipped into this bar real quick and then just like ran into the back and hunkered down, waited for a little while, and then called my buddy to meet like around the corner, explained to him what happened, and that probably time to get out of there before shit hits the fan. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was fun. Trying to think of some other ones. Stealing the Segway from the security guard at the hotel in Vegas. That was fun. He didn't think so, but I did. I had a good time with that. Yep, we had good times. We had good times. Our ideas of fun are different. I look back on those like crazy things and I just think about how great those memories were. Like they're great memories, man. Make for great stories and shit you'd never forget, you know. You just don't. Crazy. Or the night that I was so drunk that we were at Mohegan Sun after the UFC fights. And at the time, Tito Ortiz was their light heavyweight champion. Now, if you guys don't follow MMA, Tito Ortiz he was a pretty big dude. He was considered, he was a UFC light heavyweight champion. He was a bad man, you know. He's in this bar called Lucky's. It's a big bar at Mohegan Sun, like bar clubbish type of thing. And well, we're in there, and it was like our regular spot. I knew I was friends with the guy who managed that and Ultra 88, the club. And, mind you, again, at this time I was fighting. I was not a UFC fighter. But we're there, and Tito's standing like towards the front of the club behind this like roped off area, and he's just standing there with this grimace on his face. He's got his belt over his shoulder. And I went up to say hello, and he literally just stared at me. Didn't say hello back, didn't acknowledge me, nothing. Like tried to shake his hand, just scowl on his face. And I was like, fuck this guy. Like, what a dick, you know? I was a fan. I loved the sport. I competed in it. I loved it. And I'm like, this is awesome. Think I'm going to meet Tito Ortiz. And, even though Chuck Liddell was my guy. But, yeah, so that was the reaction I got. So what do? I walked away at first. Then I went back. And in my drunken like mess, I literally called him out and was like, I'll fight you for that belt right now. Put it on the line. Let's go. We'll go right out in the parking lot right now. We'll whoop your ass, Tito. So my friends are dragging me out of there like, you're going to get killed, that. Like, let's get out of here before you die. And I'm not an angry drunk by any means, but like I'm pretty fun-loving, goofy drunk, but he just didn't. That didn't sit well with me. I was not happy about it. Yeah, the Segway was fun, dude. That was fun. Uh, I gotta admit, I teased that guy for about 20 minutes on that thing. It was like doing spins and circling him. It was like 3:30 in the morning in the Aladdin Hotel and casino. Oh man, that was bad. Then when I gave it back to him, I was like, I said, "Come on, man, you know where to get the weed, dude." And he didn't find that amusing. He didn't find that amusing at all. Yep, good times. Good times. I got plenty of them, man. I was not a, you know, I was kind of wild in a good way though. In a good way. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't. I was just, there's a good time to be had. Let's have it. Let's have it. Anywho, let me hop off this. It's getting to be my bedtime. Matter of fact, it's like past my bedtime. I usually sleep from like 9 to 11, 12. Then I wake up for like 3 hours. Then I sleep for one more. And then I'm up for good around 4 o'clock. And then I still have to take a shower. So let me get off here. Let me take a shower. And I'll check back in before the weekend's over. Love you guys as usual. Thank you for being here. The few of you that were, I really do appreciate you. And yeah, enjoy. I hope you have a good weekend. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out of here.